Hi, I'm Clarice. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about how do you nurture perseverance in young children. You know, we always look at those people who try and they don't give up no matter how difficult a task. They just keep going at it. And that's what perseverance is. It's an incredibly essential skill. It's incredibly useful. And we see this in children all the time, right? In their play, learning how to walk or crawl. They just keep going. They don't stop. They go at it. And so how do we nurture this kind of skill, this perseverance in them as they get older, as they take on new tasks, as they take more risks? How do you teach a child or nurture a child to be able to persevere? And so I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can do this. One is when they're working really hard at something and they're not asking for any help, they're not looking for any kind of guidance, don't interrupt. Stay quiet, right? This is really hard for a lot of people to do, to be able to just stay back and let a child work through something. So it sends the message that, you know, what they're doing is good. They just have to keep going at it, and it just doesn't break any kind of attention and their focus. It just allows them to work. The second thing is know that struggle and frustration are not bad experiences. They are bound to get frustrated. That's just how it goes, right? No matter what we do in life, whenever we take a risk or try something new, when we're learning a new skill, sometimes we're going to get frustrated. And so knowing that that's okay is very helpful. It heightens your attention. It promotes your skill. It allows you to just keep going. So if they're showing a little bit of struggle, a little bit of frustration, but they're not asking for any help, you know, they're just kind of, oh gosh, right? It's fine. It's totally fine. Let them struggle and let them get a little bit frustrated, and that's okay. The third thing is refrain from rescuing a child at every turn. To rescue a child versus to help and provide support to a child are two very different things. When we rescue a child at every turn, it promotes the idea that they can't do this. They're really not going to be able to. And so what they take from that is this kind of learned helplessness. So at every sign of struggle that they experience, they're, even the slightest ones, they're just like, oh God, no, I can't do this. Just do it for me. Right? They think that you are just going to be able to solve it for them because they really can't do it. They don't have the confidence to do it anymore, right? To help a child comes in very different forms. It doesn't necessarily mean to do it for them. The fourth tip ties in with how do you help when they are struggling or they are getting a little bit frustrated. And that's acknowledge and describe the problem. So let's say if a child is maybe pushing the cart and it's stuck, you know, you are not going to go in there and turn it for them. You are going to acknowledge and describe what is going on. So they kind of look at it from a perspective, a different perspective. You can say, oh, the cart is stuck at the gate. How are you going to get it out of there? Or, oh, you're pushing it really hard and it won't turn. It won't keep going. Wonder how we're going to get that out, right? You are investigating the problem with them. So they start to process it. And we all do this, where we come up, we have a problem and we have to kind of process it, kind of think through it in order to find a solution. And that's what we're trying to help them to do as they get older. That becomes a skill. The fifth and last thing is to offer just enough help so they can solve it on their own, because that's the eventual goal, right? Because we're not always going to be there. The idea is that we teach our children the skill so that they can solve their own problems on their own. So when, let's say, if their cart is stuck at the gate and we describe the problem, you know, the cart is stuck there. I wonder how you're going to turn it. And they're kind of struggling, they're trying to figure it out, right? And they keep going at it. And you just offer enough help, meaning maybe in this case, we offer maybe a suggestion. Do you think if you turn it a little bit, it'll work? And then they try it out and see if that'll work. That's a suggestion that we can give. Or maybe we try some collaborating. Maybe we can do it together. If I hold this side and you hold this side, do you think maybe we can turn it together? Right? The idea is that the child becomes a part of the process. We are not going to do it for them, but maybe we can try it together and maybe that'll work. Or maybe we can try this suggestion and maybe this idea and see if that'll work. But the idea is that you are not constantly, but you are processing with them during this time that they are struggling, they are getting a little bit frustrated. You're helping them work through it. I hope these tips are helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or send me a message. If you do find it helpful, remember to like and to subscribe so that I know what kind of content is helpful for you. And hopefully other parents can find it too. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.